the off-world economy, and the race for the first trillionaire. Take everything you know about the global economy and throw it out the window. Because in 2026, the most valuable real estate, the most critical manufacturing, and the biggest gold rush in human history isn't happening on Earth. It's happening right above our heads. That number isn't a typo. That is the estimated value of the rare earth metals inside just one near-Earth asteroid. For decades, space was a playground for government agencies and billionaires looking for a joyride. But the script has officially flipped. We have entered the era of the off-world economy. Welcome back to NextGen Choices. Today, we are looking at the ultimate technological frontier. With the cost of rocket launches plummeting and AI-driven robotics taking over the heavy lifting, the race to privatize space is moving at breakneck speed. We're going to break down how orbital foundries are already being built, why nations are fighting over lunar ice, and how this new space race is guaranteed to mint the world's very first individual trillionaire. Hit that subscribe button and let's leave the atmosphere. To understand why the space economy is exploding right now, you have to understand the economics of gravity. Historically, the biggest barrier to space was the sheer cost of putting things up there. In the space shuttle era, it cost around $54,000 to send a single kilogram into orbit. It was so expensive that only superpowers could afford it. But reusable rockets completely broke the monopoly. Companies like SpaceX, Rocket Lab, and Blue Origin turned rockets from single-use missiles into commercial airplanes. Suddenly, the cost per kilogram crashed. We aren't just sending up satellites anymore. We are sending up heavy industrial equipment. And that brings us to the first major pillar of the 2026 space economy: zero-gravity manufacturing. Gravity is actually a terrible thing if you are trying to build certain high-tech materials. On Earth, gravity causes liquids to separate and crystals to form unevenly. But in low Earth orbit, you have a perfect weightless vacuum. Right now, companies are deploying orbital foundries to manufacture things that are physically impossible to make on the ground. We are talking about Z-band fiber optic cables that transmit data 100 times faster than normal glass, and perfectly formed protein crystals that are the key to curing diseases like Alzheimer's and cancer. The Made in Space label isn't a novelty anymore. It's a premium, multi-billion-dollar industry. But manufacturing is just the appetizer. The main course is resource extraction. Back on Earth, the green energy transition and the AI hardware boom have created a massive bottleneck. We are running out of cheap platinum group metals, PGMs, and rare earth elements needed to build batteries, solar panels, and quantum computers. The solution is floating right past us. Startups and major aerospace contractors are actively testing autonomous mining rigs. These robotic swarms don't need oxygen, they don't need brakes, and they can strip mine a near-Earth asteroid using concentrated solar lasers and magnetic vacuums. The company that successfully scales the first commercial asteroid mining operation won't just be rich, they will control the supply chain for the entire future of human technology. That is how you get your first trillionaire. But before we can mine the asteroid belt, we need a gas station. And that is why everyone is suddenly obsessed with the moon. If you've been following the news in 2026, you know NASA's Artemis missions have faced some technical delays, pushing crewed flights back to make sure the tech is flawless. Why the rush to get back? Water. The lunar South Pole is packed with frozen water. In space, water isn't just for drinking. If you split H2O using solar power, you get hydrogen and oxygen, the exact ingredients for rocket fuel. The moon is the ultimate off-world refueling station. Whichever nation or corporation claims the lunar ice first effectively controls the gateway to the rest of the solar system. The Outer Space Treaty says no country can own the moon, but we all know that the first one to build the base makes the rules. The off-world economy isn't a sci-fi movie anymore. It's happening right now, funded by the deepest pockets on the planet. We are witnessing the transition of humanity from a single-planet species to a multi-planetary economy. So here is your next-gen choice. Are you positioning your career, your investments, and your mindset for an economy that extends beyond the atmosphere? Because the wealth generated in the next 2 decades of space exploration will dwarf everything that came before it. Let me know in the comments. Do you think asteroid mining will save our planet's resources or just create a new era of cosmic monopolies? If you want to stay ahead of the trends shaping our future, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.